that a believer is not stung by the same hole twice. And if we look at another quote by Einstein, for example, he says, we cannot solve our problems with the same level of thinking that created them.
No, I'm not worried at all. I rely on God, Allah.
This is my problem with, I like between these two polar opposites, toying the government or the authoritative narrative, and then you have conspiratorial theories, which again they're theories, and it's not necessarily, they're not realities. So I want to make sure that we understand that they could be very much realities, okay? And the truth can be sometimes in between. That's fine. What I find, Sheikh, is that when people toe either line, there is a level of paralysis. And what do I mean by that? Is that a person's rejection of a narrative is not a proposition for the solution. So what is our proposition as Muslims for a solution? So say, for example, everything, okay, we know that authoritative structures inherently, there's a lot of corruption. We know there's a military industrial complex. We know that there are certain powers that be that love to manipulate the situation. For example, who's funding and supporting and putting on their social media all these protests and Black Lives Matter? Rich white liberals and huge corporations. Citibank is funding this. You have Amazon funding this. You have these charitable foundations of George Soros funding this. Ellen is proving online, I'm funding this Black Lives Matter and so forth. Okay, so you have definitely like a lot of this superficial pandering, but at the end of the day, is it really going to result in any type of real constructive solution? So I want to go to the hadith of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, which says that a believer is not stung by the same hole twice. And if we look at another quote by Einstein, for example, he says, we cannot solve our problems with the same level of thinking that created them. So if we know what the problem is, okay, say we know what this is what the problem is, generally speaking, and say we even come to know how to solve the problem, there's still the component or the aspect of having the will to do it above your own desires not to do it. You understand what I'm saying, Sheikh? So how do we achieve that? Because I think one of the biggest fallacies that is happening with all this activism and all this, whether it's wokeness or if you have different people like Muslims, non-Muslims will say different conspiratorial things. And like I said, it could be reality. I'm not discounting that. But what I see in all of this is something that is missing, and that is, okay, say there is even a problem, okay, put forth a solution. Suggestion is not a proposition, and have the will to put yourself on the line to achieve it.
Do I feel that the New York police are providing enough protection, or do I have to have protection of my own? I look for protection from Allah.